Hello guys and welcome to Kuusen episode 7 review, which the episode it starts with basically the girls from the E601 team basically showing how they are digressing because they are basically training by fighting some balloons of what you call devil beetles, and the devil beetles, oh well, Litri, she's like timid again suddenly for some reason and afraid of the crowd. What is happening? Then Rico, she is like, "Oh, I'm such a beautiful goddess," and and Misra, she's angry at her team, and oh, it's so horrible to see how they digress, and it's so horrible to see it. It's so horrible. But also, I actually have to say sorry because I spoiled a little thing because the thing about the fire team disbanding is actually in this episode because the director has called up Flamel, Lloyd, and Yuri, where they are talking about disbanding the E601 team and firing what's it called, the Canada, because even though it's said by Canada that they took down the new Devil Beetle type that I can't pronounce the name of, uh, she they actually has no proof because there was no eyewitnesses, and also they lost against another E team, so they has not shown any improvement since they got Canada as instructor. So she considered that, or well, you could say that if he was like an instructor on a normal course, he would actually also get fired because if his students doesn't show any sign of improvement, why should they keep him? Like, because he only shows that he's incapable of doing stuff and is basically only costing them money. I don't know if they are getting paid as instructors, but yeah, it's sort of the same thing here. So Flamel has been informed that she has to get Canada to the office so he can be informed, and he comes to the office and is being informed about the team is basically being disbanded. But he then asked the director if it wouldn't be sad to disband them when they had a chance to win the tournament that was and recently announced. And yeah, of course, the director, she don't think that they can win, so she agrees with a deal with Canada that if they win the tournament, they don't have to disband. I don't know if the deal said that if they don't win the tournament, they have to disband, but I'm pretty sure that is the deal, because else why should she take such a risk? Because even if they manage to win one battle, that would be an improvement which would cause it so she actually kind of lost. So I think that is the deal. But again, can they win the tournament or will they lose? I wonder. I really wonder. Or is there having something that causes it? That basically they lose, but they get another chance. I really wonder about that. And yeah, the three girls, Litri, Misra, and Rico, they are eavesdropping at the door, so they fall right in when Kanata he opens to leave. And I have a feeling that the director is the sister of Misra because she looks back when she leaves the office. So I think that is actually it. And yeah, of course, they have heard that the team is getting the the E601 team has been disbanded. They want to know what's the deal, and he says that they have to enter the tournament. He doesn't tell them that basically if they don't win, they basically disband, because he never tells stuff like that. He always says like, "Didn't I tell you?" He never does when he says that way. But he says something that makes them fantasize. I like literally, it's just getting patted on the head by Kanata. Uh, Riku is like having a crowd that adores her from for the goddess that she is, and Mishra that is basically having admiring from her teammates, and Kanata admitting that he can't teach her anymore. And that smile they make, I would have used that as a thumbnail if it wasn't for an event that happens later in the episode, because we find out that real Newer, he is actually not a teacher. He's a, a scientist in a facility where they, like dissect what's it called, the devil beetles to find out the weaknesses or how they work. And also, he has picked up the projectile, or the eye thing that was shot out from the new type of devil beetle, and brought it there. So when Chloe, Yuri, and Flamme, not practical Lloyd comes, and Chloe is by the way Flamel. Sometimes I call her Chloe. It's just a little fun thing in case you wonder who Chloe is. Basically comes to inspect and is being shown around and shown how they work, because I think they basically are like to report the progression, or how they, if they are actually worth keeping, to the director. I must say, oh my god, he's creepy, that real Newer, because he basically he just goes fast over the two, Flamel and Lloyd, and then when he comes to Yuri, uh, he recognizes him and asks, "It didn't leave a stain," and he of course says no, because, and it's always almost about to give her back the handkerchief, but is interrupted because as another scientist said, they didn't come here to talk. They came here to see how we worked here, and they're being shown the devil beetles, who apparently, from what I can see, is mechanical. Basically, their heart at least is. So I wonder, what is up with that? Did someone create the devil beetles and send them to destroy humanity, or is they organic? Because the new type of devil beetle, when what's called real Newark gets a piece of it cut off, it instantly regrows itself, or not instantly. It takes a little time, but it regrows itself, which would mean that it's most likely organic. But where did they come from? Could we get some answers soon? I really want to know, but I have a fear that we may not get the answers. I'm really fearing that. And yeah, but let's say it like this: the three, Flamel, Lloyd, and Yuri is about to leave, but before they leave, real new, he asks Yuri, "You said in an interview that you only want to date strong men that is stronger than you, uh, and or date a person that is stronger than you." And the reason she said that was because she didn't want to say, "I want to date Kanata," because she likes him, and we find out why in the eighth episode. And he is, and she doesn't answer because she don't want to say it out loud that she want to, date Kanata. So she kind of leaves the poor guy on, he still have hope. And they leave, and he then takes out like a handkerchief and smells it, like Shuu from Tokyo Ghouls would do with the Kanaki's uh, handkerchief. So I would say that guy, he's really creepy. And I wonder if that, devil beetle has done something to him, or if he always was that creepy. I really wonder. Because why would the devil beetle shoot out a piece of itself before, if there wasn't a plan? Then again, yeah, we really don't know much about devil beetles, so yeah, it's hard to tell. But then we also find out how the tournament basically are selected, because the way it's actually selected is funny, because it's done with a bingo. They're basically like the fire team leaders, like rolling the what's it called, the bingo ball with all the balls in, and then this, depending on if they get A, B, C, or D, they get like, you know, teamed up. So yeah, our team, they are lucky because they get teamed up with the E team against the E team. Or not teamed up. They are basically pitted against a E team, and not like an A, B, C, or D team, because all except for S people can enter the tournament. And Yuri's E team has also entered the tournament, but unless Kanata's team gets to the final, they they will never meet unless they get to the final. So the only way those two can meet is if they get to the final. However, it seems unlikely considering, shall we say, the track record. So Kanata makes a bet with Yuri that if he wins, so basically his team's wins the tournament, she has to join his fire team. But for some reason, I don't see Yuri making any like demand, like saying, "But if I win, you have to join my fire team." It seems only to be good for Kanata. So why would she agree to that? Then again, it's like there's no it's just like with the director. There's no way that she could lose that bet. So yeah, but still, she'll still gain by having him on the team. Then again, they may not like having a traitor on the team. So yeah, that is actually really, really interesting. What she will gain from that and what will happen in the future. But yeah, this is pretty much all that happens in the episode. So I will wish you all a good day, good night, wherever you are, and I will see you in the 8th and latest episode of Kuusen. See you guys.